you want me to stay in here with you, or do you want, okay. I'll just over here, put this on the big screen. So what's gonna happen is, we're gonna go from the judge, and what we spoke of the other day. We are going to
Mr. Friedman, are we ready on Diane Carroll?
Clara?
No, I'll get to you in a minute, ma'am. Hang on just a second, okay? Mr. Friedman, are we ready on Diane Carroll?
Yes, good morning. Diane and I are ready. We're going to stay in the same conference room, so we'll stay in the same camera here.
Totally fine. People versus Diane Carroll. Mr. Foley's here on behalf of the people. Mr. Friedman, you and your client are both present. You've had an opportunity to have a breakout with the prosecutor. For purposes of arraignment, I'll enter a plea of not guilty on her behalf. Counsel, what's going on with this?
Thank you, Judge. May I speak, Mr. Foley, or do you want to present it?
Go ahead, counsel.
Okay. Your Honor, good morning to you. Mr. Foley and I just had a chance to pre-trial the case, and as a result of that, subject to your approval, we're going to enter a plea bargain wherein the original charge will be dismissed in exchange for the added count of operating while visibly impaired.
Do you understand, Ms. Carroll, by pleading guilty to this added count that you're giving up your rights as listed in the advice of rights form, and that you're going to plead to the count of impaired?
Yes.
Yeah.
And is it true that on or about November the 11th of last year, you were in Huron Township and you had consumed alcohol before getting behind the wheel of the vehicle that you were driving?
Yes.
As a result of your consumption of alcohol, your ability to drive was impaired?
Yes.
You took a breathalyzer and blew above the legal limit?
Yes.
Do you understand this plea?
Yes, I do.
And is it voluntary?
Yes.
Anybody promise you or threaten you to get you to plead guilty in this matter?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that? I couldn't hear you.
That's okay. Did anybody promise you or threaten you to get you to plead guilty in this matter?
No.
I'll accept your plea. I'm going to set this over for a sentencing. I need your cell phone number, Ms. Carroll, and your email.
734-368-7881.
And your email?
drcarr982001@yahoo.com.
You're going to receive by email some paperwork from the probation department. I need you to complete it, get it back to them. Ms. Rapp will interview you, and then Mr. Friedman, she'll reach out to you and set a sentencing date, okay?
That's perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome, and we'll do the sentencing by Zoom just like this.
Your Honor, the people have also requested $241 in response costs. I've shared that information.
Those are listed on the file.
Thanks, Judge.
Yep, no problem. Yeah, Ms. Rapp will look at it when it is listed on the file. Okay?
Sure.
All right, Mr. Friedman, you're all set. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you for calling the case so properly. Have a great morning, everybody.
You too. Mr. Gutierrez, how are you?
He's my client and we're ready.
I'm good. How are you?
People versus Austin Gutierrez.
Good morning, Your Honor. May it please the court. Leanna Belcher on behalf of the defendant. Sir, can you state your name for the record?
Austin Gutierrez.
Your Honor, there's been a plea offer in this case where my client was offered an operating while visibly impaired by a controlled substance with the $241 cost of recovery. My client wishes to take advantage of that offer. He understands.
Do you understand, Mr. Gutierrez, by pleading guilty to this added count that you're giving up your rights as listed in the advice to rights form?
Yes, I am.
Sorry, I'm right on the file. Hang on just a second. And is it true that on or about October the 8th of last year, you were in Huron Township and you had consumed a controlled substance which caused, and you were driving.
Yeah, I had a substance in my system, but it was a hit and run, but still I had
Okay,
some.
you know, I wasn't talking about if there
Yeah.
had been an accident, yeah. But your ability to drive was impaired because of the substance.
Yes.
What, okay, I'll bite. What was it?
Your Honor, I
Uh,
would speculate that the report contained that his blood contained THC, alprazolam, and I
Okay.
believe Suboxone.
Suboxone?
Yes.
Okay. Do you understand this plea?
Yes, I do.
And is it voluntary?
Yes.
Anybody promise you or threaten you to get you to plead in this matter?
No.
I have a phone number for you of 757-5893. Is that accurate?
Yes, it is.
I don't have an email for you though. Can I get an email?
It is Austin Gutierrez 82 at gmail.com.
GUTIERREZ 82
Yep.
at Gmail. The
Yes.
probation department is going to send you some paperwork. You need to look for it, fill it out. You'll talk to probation. They'll contact Ms. Belcher and then we will set a sentencing date, okay?
Okay.
All right, you're all set for today. Thank you very much and have a great day.
All right, you too, man.
People versus Cameron Martin, Mr. Nunley.
Good morning, Your Honor. Royce Nunley appearing on behalf of the defendant. I was wondering if the prosecutor would be here by any chance.
He is here. Do you want to talk to him?
I was looking for Caitlin. Yeah, no, if I could have a quick breakout room, that'd be great.
Mr. Foley, can you rejoin breakout room number 1 and I'll send Mr. Nunley there?
I cannot, Judge. There's nothing on my screen to rejoin.
If you touch your screen,
I am.
I love the fact that I have to teach it. You and Mr. Young, clearly.
I'm
No
touching
wonder
my.
you guys are friends. If you touch the screen, do you see that it says breakout room, rejoin?
No, Judge, I don't have a touch screen.
Okay, if you move your mouse on the screen.
Okay. Nope, nothing, Judge.
You
We
really
tried this
are
last-
related to Rob Young.
Tried this last time, Judge, and it didn't work.
Oh, for goodness sake. Yeah, I'm gonna have to, yeah, this is gonna be a problem because if I hit that, do you see it now?
Yeah, room 2, join.
Yeah, because I moved you, but it's, okay. I'm gonna move Royce too. There you go. All right, so Miss Martin just hang out. And then who else did I have join? The person with the identifier of Clara Lee. What case are you on? Oh, I see you. I see Clara Lee. Hang on, let me pull your file, okay? Can you hear me, Miss Lee? You're muted. Can you unmute yourself, Miss Lee? Leanna, you paying attention?
Yeah, I'm paying attention.
Okay.
I'm always in the background paying attention.
On
Judge.
Clara Lee, the offer is,
I have the offer, Judge.
oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. But there's another file. There's an outstanding file from 2018 that she owes us $478 on too. Okay.
78. Okay.
And then the fail to display, if she pled to the fail to display, let me look at it. Hang on. I think she paid the FAC or it's cleared. I don't know, because it looks like it's cleared. Did you pay the clearance to get your license back, ma'am?
No, ma'am, no, not yet.
Okay, I thought you did. Okay, so then, Leanna, the no-ops would be $390 with the clearance.
Okay. Is there anything for the no proof of insurance? I don't show that as being dismissed on my sheet, just the drug crime.
That's the one, that's the ticket that she owes the money on.
478. Okay.
Yep. I'm gonna put you in a breakout room, Miss Lee. Hang on just a second.
Okay.
All you have to do is hit join and Miss Belcher will meet you there.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're
Thank you so
welcome.
much.
Judge, when you get a second, could I get a breakout room with Miss Cameron?
Yep, go ahead and rejoin breakout room number 2 and I'll send her there.
Thank you.
Miss Cameron, can you go ahead and join breakout room number 2? And then Mr. Is it Rister?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay, I found you. Hang on just a second. Let me pull your file. Well, Mr. Foley, I'm glad I figured out that if I just move you from room to room, that it appears on your screen. So that'll be easier than deleting them.
Actually, Judge, I now figured out if I hit a button on the very bottom that says
Okay.
breakout rooms.
Yeah, I was gonna try to run over. I don't know where you are. I was gonna try to run over and see what it is, but. Do you know, Mr. Foley, on this, the restitution on Rister?
You know, I don't have that figure. In fact, I called over to the DPW yesterday to try to get that, and we don't have that at this point.
I think that maybe that I mean, I'll have him talk to Leanna Belcher, but maybe we ought to adjourn it to see if you guys can have an amount so that we can wrap it up and take, if it's, you know what I mean? If it's resolvable.
It's certainly resolvable, and we can certainly, I can push my folks for that number.
I'll have him talk to Leanna and see where we're at and see if we can't figure that out then.
Perfect.
All right, Mr. Rister, hang on just a few minutes and I'm gonna have you talk to the attorney, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Just hang out for a minute. Mr. Nunley, are you ready on Miss Cameron's case?
Yes, Your Honor, we are.
People versus, or Miss Martin's case, I apologize. People versus Cameron Martin.
Royce Nunley on behalf of the defendant. After having an opportunity to speak with the prosecutor and the defendant, she has decided to avail herself of the plea offer in this case, which was dismissal of the original charge of operating while intoxicated, pleading guilty to an added count of operating while visibly impaired, and then dismissal of the stop sign charge and the no proof of insurance charge.
Any other callers?
Mm-hmm. Sorry about that. Judge Oakley was talking to me. Yeah, and do you understand by pleading to the impaired that you're giving up your rights as listed in the advice or rights form and that you're going to accept this plea?
Yes, I do.
And is it true that on or about November the 1st, you were in Huron Township and you had consumed alcohol before getting behind the wheel of the vehicle that you were driving?
Yes,
As a result of your consumption of alcohol, your ability to drive was impaired?
correct.
You took a breathalyzer and blew above the legal limit?
No, they didn't offer me a breathalyzer, but a blood.
Blood test,
Yeah.
okay, and it was above the legal limit. And
Correct.
do you understand this plea?
Yes,
Was it voluntary?
yes.
Anybody promise you or threaten you to get you to plead guilty in this matter?
No, ma'am.
I'll accept your plea. I'm gonna send it to probation for sentencing. Looks like I have a phone number for you. I don't see an email. Can I get, and that phone number is 341-7768.
Correct.
Can I get an email from you?
Yeah, I'm gonna spell it out because it's kind of weird. My word.
Okay.
C-A-M.
Wait. What's the first letter?
It's like my name. C as in cat.
Okay.
A as in apple. M as in Mary. E-R-O. M as in Mary. M as in Mary. At med. That's MED. UMich.edu.
That's not, I do these all day long. That's not as weird as some of them. All right, you're gonna get some paperwork emailed to you. Take care of it and send it back. Probation will talk to you. And then when you're done, I'll see you within a month or 6 weeks or something and for sentencing. And we'll do it just like this,
Just
okay?
for clarification, Judge, those other two have been dismissed, right? The stop sign and the.
Yep, I dismissed the stop. Yep, I dismissed the 2 civil infractions and no proof in the stop sign.
Thanks, Judge.
You're welcome. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Ms. Belcher, I'm going to put you in a breakout room with Mr. Rister.
Okay.
My concern is that they don't have an amount on restitution. I did indicate to Mr. Foley that it depending on the situation, that maybe we want to just adjourn it out so that he can get a total amount so we know what we're talking about before we take a plea. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes, Judge.
But why don't you talk to him and see if the plea is even possible with that stipulation?
Of course.
And I'm gonna, if you could rejoin breakout in room number 1, I'll send Mr. Rister there. And Mr. Rister, if you go ahead and hit join, Ms. Belcher will meet you in there. And then counsel, Mr. Acock.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Is it for Timothy Schaefer? Is that?
Correct, who's present to my right.
Okay, let me pull his file. Hang on just a second.
Thank you, Your Honor.
People versus Timothy Schaefer. Mr. Foley's here on behalf of the people. Ms. Acock on behalf of the defendant. And if you had an opportunity to talk to Mr. Foley or the prosecutor before, I have a plea proposal in the file, but I didn't know if you had that contact.
I do not believe we have. I'm standing in for my partner, Edward Holmberg, so I'm not sure if my partner had discussions with Mr. Foley. But
The offer is to plead to a driving on suspended and the open and tax would be dismissed.
Your Honor, would it be possible to adjourn this matter to have some further discussions with my client regarding this?
You can do that. Would you like to talk to Mr. Foley in a breakout room to see if there's any other options on an alternative?
Yes, and I think my client would perhaps feel more comfortable with the attorney of record being with him to discuss any potential plea
That's
options.
fine. If you want me to, I can just adjourn it. If you want me to put you in a breakout room with Mr. Foley, I can do that. Your preference.
If we could adjourn it, that would be perfect, and that way it can kind of pass on what's going on and allow the attorney of record to perhaps reach out to Mr. Foley.
I'm gonna adjourn it to June the 10th at 9 a.m. Does that work?
That's perfect, Your Honor. Thank you.
Let me hang on just a second. For purposes of arraignment today, though, I'm gonna enter a plea of not guilty.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Set this matter over for an adjourned pretrial on June the 10th, and that'll be at 9 a.m. in front of me.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Your Honor.
You're all set for today. Thank you.
You have a good day.
You too. On DXX, Mr. Jadala is here, so we'll go ahead and do that. Good morning, Mr. Jadala. How are you?
I am fine, Judge Green. How are you?
Good. Your client's here on DXX. Did you have the offer?
I did not, Judge.
The offer is responsible for the overweight. We have Mr. Foley standing in, well, I guess not standing in. I'm gonna say standing in, but for Caitlin Foley this morning. The overweight offers for $3,000. The original overweight is $4,040. And then there would be dismissal of the plate violation and the equipment violation. Did you want to discuss that with your client and or with Mr. Foley?
We'll discuss it with my client.
Okay, I'm going to put you in a breakout room. I'll send you to 2.
Thank you.
And all you have to do is hit join, sir.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. The person on, the person with the identifier of Lynn Parker. Is that Jeffrey Parker? You gotta unmute yourself, lower left, probably. Should be a little thing that you got it. Speak now.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Are you Jeffrey Parker?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Parker, let me pull your file. And you've already talked to Miss Belcher, is that correct?
Yes.
Give me just a second. I'm gonna do another case with her and then I'll have her talk to you or pull your case. Miss Belcher on Mr. Rister, did we get him back? Yes, we did.
Yes, I'm ready on him and I'm ready on Miss Lee, Judge.
Okay, perfect. People versus Lee Rister.
Good morning, Your Honor. Leanna Belcher on behalf of the defendant. Sir, can you please state your name?
Edward Reister.
Your Honor, I did have an opportunity to meet with my client in a breakout room. I have gone over the proposed plea offer with him. He does wish to take advantage of the plea offer. He understands the restitution amount is not known at this time, but he has indicated to me that he does not have any more personal days at work to take off. So he would like to, if he could get the bulk of the case resolved today, and maybe we can agree on a restitution amount outside of court and just notify the court.
Well, can you, Miss Belcher, can you reach out to Mr. Foley or to Caitlin, get a number and then let Heather know and so that you can talk to your client and then we'll add that onto the file.
That's exactly what I'll
Like
do.
within, Mr. Foley, is it satisfactory if I go ahead and take the plea restitution to be stipulated to within 2 weeks or something like that?
That is satisfactory, because we have 3 weeks, Judge, because I think that's.
Yeah, absolutely. I just picked a date.
Right.
It doesn't matter. Okay, so I'm gonna write restitution. You agree. Heather, I don't know how you do that. I think Heather will probably just hold the file. Heather, is that correct? I'm gonna write MIDC Belcher to contact Heather.
Perfect.
With that amount. And you understand that by pleading guilty, Mr. Is it Reister?
Ma'am.
That I was pronouncing it wrong, I apologize. That you're giving up your rights as listed in the advice rights form and that you're gonna plead to this illegal dumping?
Yes, ma'am.
And is it true that on or about April the 3rd, you were in Huron Township and you were illegally dumping some materials?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
What was it that was dumped?
It was a barrel of about 2 gallons of cooking oil that was sealed.
Okay.
Your Honor, if I may,
Yeah,
we did offer 771.1.
I was gonna get to that. Yep, I've got it. No problem. The prosecutor, as Mr. Foley indicated, I'm gonna defer this for a period of 1 year under 771. I'm gonna assess $500 in cost plus the restitution, which will be determined within the next 3 weeks. Do you want me to do a payment plan? Mr.
No, ma'am.
Reister,
I can pay that. How do I go about paying it?
okay, I'm gonna pay the 500 within 7 days, and then we can figure out, depending on what the restitution cost is, Ms. Belcher will figure out the payment also. You can either pay it online, bring it to the court in person, or you can mail it in, make the $500 payment. Ms. Belcher will talk to you about what the restitution is, and then if you need a payment plan, or you can pay that the same way, and then no trouble for the year, and it'll be dismissed. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
All right, you're all set for today. Do you have Ms. Belcher's contact information?
I have his phone number and I'm going to call him after court.
Okay, perfect. So she'll be in contact with you today, okay?
Thank you, ma'am.
You're all set. Yep. Have a good day. People
Judge Rankin.
versus Clara Lee. Sorry, Mr. Jadala. Ms. Belcher's been waiting, so I'm going to do this one real quick.
Good morning, Your Honor. Leanna Belcher on behalf of Miss Lee. I did have an opportunity to speak to Miss Lee in the breakout room. Your Honor, she does wish to take advantage of the plea offer. She'd be pleading to the no ops with the $390 as fines that Your Honor had mentioned, with the drug crime being dismissed. As far as the money she owes for the no proof, with that and the money for the no ops, Your Honor, she would be asking for a payment plan of $100 a month beginning June 4th. I do have her contact information, and she would request that Your Honor allow her to pay her clearances first.
She can pay the clearances first. Do you understand that by pleading guilty, you're giving up your rights as listed in the advice of rights form?
Yes, Your Honor.
And is it true that on or about September the 23rd of 2018 that you were driving and you didn't have a valid driver's license in your possession?
Yes.
I am going to charge the $390. I'm going to have to back it out. So, because we have some bench warrant fees and stuff, so I won't do it on the record right now. And then you also had, I'm going to give you the total though. So the $390 is including the clearance. The dismissed file of the drug crime has a $45 clearance on it. And then the no proof of insurance is the $478. So the total is $913. And then I'll do $100 a month payment plan. I have a phone number and an email. I have the phone number 772-7866.
Yes.
Yeah, correct. And an email of Lee Clara E@yahoo.com.
Yes.
Perfect. And then I'm making a notation, may pay the FACs first. If you pay the FACs, it's ×3. So you need to make a payment of $135 and then start making the $100 monthly payments. Do you understand?
So is that to clear the license, the 130?
It is to clear your license with us, as long as you don't have suspensions with anyone else.
Mm-hmm. So where, you said
You
how
can
much?
pay it. You can pay it online, or you can pay it live at the court, or you can mail it in. Any of those three options. Do you understand?
May I have the amount again? I'm sorry, I kind of missed it. One of my grandkids threw the door open
That's
on me.
okay. I $390 and $45 and $478. The total is $913, but the clearances are the $35 a piece. And I have a driving record here. Let me see if I can look real quick and tell you whether you're suspended anyplace else. I have gotten better, Miss Belcher, at reading these.
Well, maybe you can teach me, Judge, because I still don't understand how to read them.
Okay, this one is terminated. Let's see. Okay, it looks like you have a suspension still in Westland. Have you talked to Westland?
Oh, no, I need to call them.
Okay, so let me run through then this one and this one. Yep, it looks like after you pay us, Westland is the only place that you're suspended still. So when you go take care of that one, you'll be cleared.
Okay, now, and you said I need to give you 135.
135 to do the 3 clearances and then do the $100 a month payment. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yep. Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, Mr. Jadala on People versus DXX Enterprises.
Your Honor, I left him in the breakout room. I wanted to speak with Mr. Foley briefly in the breakout room.
Oh, sorry about that. I apologize, Mr. All right, Mr. Foley, I'm actually going to move you and Mr. Jadala to room 3 because his client's still in room 2.
Your Honor, while you're doing that, could you put me in with Mr. Parker?
I can do that. I was just going to ask you if you wanted that. Ms. Belcher, if you rejoin breakout room number 1, I will put Mr. Parker there. Mr. Parker, go ahead and hit join. And the Galaxy A01, what's your last name? You got to unmute yourself.
Sorry, Bewley, Bewley.
All right, Miss Bewley, hang on one second. Let me pull your file. And I have, the driving on suspended, there's no offer. If you plead to the driving on suspended, it's a $390 ticket. You can do that. Hold on just a second, sir. Or you can talk to the court-appointed attorney if you would like to.
Okay, I paid like a bunch of tickets online. Does it show the payments that I've made? Because I paid like $1,400.
Let me see if that you minus this if you're clear. I'm gonna have you talk to the court-appointed attorney, but hang out a second. She's in a breakout room with somebody else, and then I'll have you talk to her. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Winters, what case are you here on?
Corey John Van Meter.
Corey Van Meter, let me pull the file. Are you expecting Mr. Van Meter? Oh, I see him. Never mind. He is here.
Yes.
And right now, there's not an offer with the prosecutor. It's just a straight up plea to driving on suspended. But if you want to do a breakout room with Mr. Foley, as soon as I get him out of the breakout room that he's in, I'll put you in one with him, okay?
Yes, I would appreciate that.
You're welcome. And then Ashik Kapasi,
Yes,
what case are you on, sir?
I am an interpreter.
You're on what?
I am an interpreter for this case.
Oh, okay, for which case are you an interpreter?
The case.
Is it for Matiso? Is it for Matiso innocent?
Matiso innocent.
Yeah,
yes.
yep. Okay, I got you checked in. As soon as we get the defendant and Mr.
Yes.
Nunley, we'll do that case. Thank you, sir. Mr. Jadala on DXX Enterprises.
And Your Honor, Samer Jadala appearing on behalf of DXX Enterprise. Your Honor, my client is back in, and I just wanted to let my client in this court know me and Mr. Foley are going to ask for an adjournment. Mr. Foley would like to speak to the powers that be. I've explained to him what the representative for DXX Enterprise has so articulately explained to me. And Mr. Foley is going to, we're just going to ask for a brief adjournment to see if we can clear up this matter.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Is June the 10th at 9:10 okay? Is that good, Mr. Jadala?
1 second, Judge. June the 10th.
At 9:10.
That should be fine, Judge.
Perfect. I will adjourn it to then. Mr. Parker, or Mr. Parker, I apologize. The individual on behalf of DXX, do you understand that's the date is going to be back with me on June the 10th at 9:10, okay?
Yes, I understand, Your Honor.
Perfect. You're all set for today.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Mr. Foley, I'm going to put you in a breakout room with Mr. Winters on behalf of Corey Van Meter. And Mr. Foley, if you could rejoin breakout room number 3, and I'll send Mr. Winters there. Go ahead, Mr. Winters, and hit join.
Thank you.
And Miss Belcher with Mr. Parker. Oh, I thought I had her. Did I lose her? Mr. Van Meter, just hang out. Miss Bewley, I've got you next.
Okay.
Mr. Taylor. I have Miss Belcher in a breakout room right now. I'm going to have her talk to you. She has one person ahead of you, okay?
Your Honor, could I ask you a brief question?
You can.
I have a Christopher Glenn that I have scheduled for 9:30. I see that there is a Bennett on the file. I'm not sure if that's a retained.
Can I tell you something? I don't have, you have a Christopher Glenn at what time?
9:30?
No, I only have Linda Rainville and Corey Van Meter at 9:30.
Okay, so the docket I have must be old and something must have happened to that case.
Heather, can you look it up for him real quick? What's the first name again?
Christopher.
And last name?
Glenn.
Morning, Mr. Camilleri. Good morning, Mr. Camilleri. Do you have your client with you?
No, she's trying to log in right now, Your Honor. She's
okay. No worries. I'm just asking.
Yeah. She's in my office.
It was dismissed. It was dismissed by the prosecutor, Mr. Jadala.
Thank you. I'll see you at 10:10, Judge.
All right. See you later. Thanks.
Just put it on my computer.
Yeah.
She can learn. She gets herself like that.
Good morning, Mr. Morissette. I have you checked in. As soon as I get the defense attorney, I'm going to have her talk to you. If everybody could please mute yourself while you're waiting, I would appreciate it.
I'm not that familiar.
You're fine, Mr. Van Meter.
Okay.
Mr. Camilleri, your client is joining us. Do you need to talk to the prosecutor or have you already done that?
No, I need to talk to the prosecutor.
Okay, give me just a second. We just had him rejoin. Mr. Foley, we don't have Mr. Winters back. All right, Mr. Foley, I'm going to put you in breakout room number 2 with Mr. Camilleri.
Thanks, Judge.
Thank you, Judge.
Ms. Belcher, are you ready on Mr. Parker's case?
I am, Judge.
People versus Jeffrey Parker.
Good morning, Your Honor. Leanna Belcher on behalf of Mr. Parker. Mr. Parker, can you please state your name for the record?
Jeffrey D. Parker.
Your Honor, after many conversations with Mr. Parker, he has decided to take advantage of the plea offer of pleading to disorderly under 771. I would ask Your Honor to consider a 3-month delayed sentence. I can allocate at the time of sentencing after Your Honor has taken the plea.
Do you understand, Mr. Parker, by pleading guilty that you're giving up your rights as listed in the advice or rights form to this amended disorderly?
Yes.
And is it true that on or about December the 3rd of 2020, you were in Huron Township and you were acting in a disorderly fashion?
I'm gonna say that, yes.
Okay. There's a recommendation for a deferred, which I'll follow. Go ahead and allocute, Ms. Belcher.
Thank you, Your Honor. This is a very unfortunate situation. Mr. Parker got into a dispute with some family members. It was politically motivated, different political views. He has no prior criminal history. He has not spoken to those family members, which is very unfortunate. So I'm hopeful that one day he can repair or mend those relationships. We would ask that Your Honor consider a 3-month delayed sentence.
I'll delay it for 3 months, assess $300 in costs. Can you pay that within 2 weeks or within 30 days, Mr. Parker?
Yes.
I'll make a notation, pay that within 30 days. You can pay it online, pay it live, or mail it in. I'll defer it for 3 months, make the payment, no trouble, and it'll be dismissed. Do you understand?
Yes.
You're all set for today. Have a good day. Ms. Belcher, I have Amy Did you have another question, Mr. Parker?
I was just thanking Ms. Belcher for helping me.
You're welcome, Mr. Parker. Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Ms. Belcher, I have Miss Bewley to driving on suspended. There's no offer on the table. I would assess $390 on this. I'm going to put you in a breakout room with her.
Thank you, Judge.
Go ahead and rejoin breakout room number 1, and I'll send her there. Miss Bewley, you need to hit join. Mr. Taylor, you'll be next with Miss Belcher and then Mr. Morissette. Good morning, Mr. Nunley. We're waiting on your client. I have the interpreter here on that file. Mr. Winters on Corey Van Meter, right?
Yes, I need to speak to him in the breakout room.
Sure.
Judge, while you're doing breakout rooms, could I have one with Mr. Foley?
You can. Mr. Foley, I'm going to move you to breakout room number 1. Leanna, go ahead and hit rejoin. Mr. Winters, do you know how to rejoin your breakout room?
No.
Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move you to breakout room and tell Mr. Camilleri to get out. I'm going to put you in breakout room. Shoot, it's going to close it out anyway. Never mind. Wait a minute. Leanna's going to get bumped out. I'll put you in the breakout with your client in just a second. Mr. Camilleri, are you ready on Rainville?
We are ready.
People versus Linda Rainville.
Attorney John Camilleri on behalf of Linda K. Rainville, Your Honor. Judge, we have entered into a plea agreement with the prosecution. I believe you have your file.
I do, that it's if she pleads to visibly impaired, that the other charges will be dismissed. The other charge will be dismissed. Is that your understanding, Ms. Rainville?
Yes.
And is it true that on or about October the 25th, you were in of 2020, that you were in Huron Township and you had consumed alcohol before getting behind the wheel of the vehicle that you were driving?
Yes, Your Honor.
As a result of your consumption of alcohol, your ability to drive was impaired?
Yes, Your Honor.
You took a breathalyzer and blew above the legal limit?
I had, they did the blood work.
Was it a blood test?
Yeah,
Okay.
I had to go to the hospital.
And it was above the legal limit?
Yes, Judge.
Do you understand this plea, ma'am?
Yes, I do.
And is it voluntary?
Yes, it is.
Anybody promise you or threaten you to get you to plead guilty in this matter?
No.
I'll accept your plea. Probation is going to be in contact and then they'll reach out, talk to you, and then they'll set a sentencing date with you and Mr. Camilleri. I don't have your cell phone number or your email for them to contact you. Can you give me your cell phone?
Mine, Your Honor?
No, your clients. Probation doesn't want to interview you, Mr. Camilleri. They want to interview your client. Ms. Rainville, can I get your cell number?
Thank God.
Yes, it's 734-552-2018.
And an email.
Linda Rainville @hotmail.com.
At Hotmail. You
Yes.
will receive an email from the probation department with some paperwork. You're going to have to fill that paperwork out and get it back to her. And then she's going to interview you and then you'll appear for sentencing in front of me just like this. They'll give you a date and contact Mr. Camilleri, okay?
Okay, that's
So
fine.
look for
Thank
that
you so much.
email. All right, anything
I-
else for today?
No, Your Honor.
No, but do you know how long this would take? The only reason I'm asking is because I have to go out of town.
I'm not going to
My-
restrict you from going out of town. We'll work around it. When are
Okay,
you going
yeah,
out of, when are you going out of town?
I believe next week my daughter's father-in-law died.
Okay, I'm
So-
I'm sorry for her loss, well, for the family's loss, but you can
Right.
go out of town. It's not a restriction. Get the email, Miss
Okay.
App will work around that with you, okay?
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have a good day. Miss
Thank you, Judge.
Belcher on Miss Bewley.
Yes, ready on Miss Bewley, Your Honor. I
Oh,
did.
Mr. Winters, I need to put you in a breakout room. Hang on. Mr. Foley, did you guys get kicked out?
We did, but I spoke really fast and he gave me the answers I needed.
All right. Mr. Winters, go ahead and hit join and I'll stick your client there also. All right, on People versus Amy Bewley.
Your Honor, Leanna Belcher on behalf of the defendant, ma'am, can you please state your name?
Amy Bewley.
I did have an opportunity to meet with Mr. Foley in the breakout room. He's willing to offer her a no-ops plea. She does wish to take advantage of that. She would ask for a due date 30 days out, Your Honor.
Do you understand that by pleading guilty, you're giving up your rights as listed in the advice or rights form?
Yes, I do.
And is it true that you were driving and you didn't have a valid driver's license in your possession?
Yes, it is.
And I had indicated that it would, to Ms. Belcher, that it would be a total of $390. Oh my gosh. And I'm backing out. There's some late fees on this. So I'm going to back it backwards so that it's $100 fines and costs. I'm going to roll the late fees. So it's a total of $390, including the $45 clearance. And you're going to pay that within 30 days?
Yes.
And you can pay it online on our website. You can mail it in, or you can come to the court and pay it in person, okay?
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
Thank
Your
you
Honor.
too.
You're welcome. I have James Taylor next, Ms. Belcher.
Yes, Judge. And I did speak with Mr. Foley again on this matter. I've spoken to Caitlin multiple times. I do need to speak with Mr. Taylor just to confirm how he wants to proceed.
Perfect. I'm going to move you to breakout room number 2. Mr. Taylor, go ahead and hit join. And then Mr. Morissette, you're next. Mr. Winters on Mr. Van Meter's case, People versus Corey Van Meters.
Your Honor, something went wrong. I need to be transferred to breakout room 3 again.
Oh, okay. Hang on just a second. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, you're in breakout room number 2. If you move your mouse, can you see it should say re-enter breakout room. I would make a comment, Mr. Foley, that he's related to Rob Young also.
On the bottom of the screen, it says breakout rooms on the second from the right. If you hit on that, it will give you the option.
All right, I've been assigned to breakout room 1 according to this.
Yep. Join that and your client's already there.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. See, Mr. Foley, now you're an expert.
No, at least I'm teachable.
An hour ago, you didn't know how to do it. Now you're giving instruction to other people. That's a good thing. All right, Mr. Nunley, I see you. We're waiting on your client.
Yep.
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 Ms. Belcher, are you good with Mr. Taylor?
Yes,
Ms. Belcher?
I'm ready.
People versus James Taylor.
Morning again, Your Honor. Leanna Belcher on behalf of Mr. Taylor. Mr. Taylor, can you please state your name?
James Taylor.
Your Honor, we're requesting a jury trial in this matter.
I will make a notation to set this. Apparently, we're going to start pretty soon, so.
I'm kind of nervous about that.
Well,
The
it's not like today or anything, but we got an email saying that they can start, so it's going to be sooner rather than later.
I guess I should rephrase that. I'm just worried about the number that I have pending and how many I'm going to have in a row.
Well, I will tell you that, yeah, that you should be scared of. I'll put your name on this. I'm IBC Belcher. And I have an email and a contact information for Mr. Taylor. I do know that we're going to break them out, and then the three of us, we're going to set final pre-trials on everything.
Okay.
Because you just have to, you know, especially for some that have been pending a long time. So it'll be fine. It'll be fine, Miss Belcher.
Well, thank you, Judge.
Anyway, all right, Mr. Taylor, you're all set for today.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good day. And then, Miss Belcher, I have Mr. Morissette that I'm going to put you in a breakout room.
Okay, Judge, I'm going to run to the restroom really quickly if that's okay.
You can, and actually, Mr. Morissette, I just opened it. I'll tell him the offer, but then I'll see if he wants to talk to you. Mr. Morissette, can you unmute yourself? I have an offer from the prosecutor that if you pay a $200 double parking ticket, that this will be dismissed, that this will be dismissed, but it would be a double parking. Do you want to take that, or I can have you talk to Miss Belcher?
I will take that.
Okay, sorry I made you wait. I didn't realize until I opened it that was the offer. Can you pay that within 30 days?
I can pay that this week.
then you are all set. You can either pay it online, you can come to the court and pay it, or you can mail it in, okay?
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
You too. Bye.
Bye. On Ria's Galaxy 9, what's your last name, ma'am? Can you unmute yourself? Unmute, lower left, probably. There's a little red arrow or a little red slash that goes through the microphone. And if you just touch on that, possibly. While you're messing with that, I'm gonna go ahead and call Mr. Winters on Corey Van Meter. Are you ready, Mr. Winters?
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
People versus Corey Van Meter. What are we doing on this case, Mr. Winters?
Your Honor, it's my understanding that the prosecutor is unable to offer any reduction in plea. And so the only choice is to plead guilty as charged.
And it would be, just for your client's knowledge, it would be, the ticket price would be $390 or $345. I apologize.
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that what he's going to do?
It is my understanding that he will be offering a plea of guilty because no reduction is available. And
I don't make plea offers. I only accept pleas and whatever. So do you understand, Mr. Van Meter, by pleading guilty that you're giving up your rights as listed in the advice of rights form?
Yes, ma'am.
And is it true you were driving and your license was suspended in January of this year?
Yes.
It is, as I indicated, a $345 ticket. Can you pay that within 30 days?
Yes, I can. Could I ask a question?
Sure.
I don't know if this has to do with you making a bargain or whatnot. Would I be able to ask that no points be given through the ticket?
I don't assess points. The Secretary of State does. I do know that they're pending looking at making the driving on suspended, the recommendations from the Supreme Court or from the pretrial services recommendations last year was to make driving on suspended license cases, I think all of them civil infractions. So I don't know what's going to happen over the next 6 months or year in these matters, but I don't assess points. I just send them up. So we don't have the ability to do anything differently. And I apologize, but
that's okay.
But I don't know what that means for your driving record, although let me see if I can look real quick.
It's nothing to be proud of.
No. Yeah. Well, listen, I see all kinds of records that are much longer than yours. So it looks like conviction 16 post 17 to 17. Yeah, it looks like because you got that suspension because of that yeah, it looks like it doesn't matter. You're suspended through next year with the Secretary of State suspension. From this, it looks like the earliest is March of 2022.
Right.
Quit driving. That's my suggestion to you.
I did, and it makes it very difficult because everything I do revolves around driving.
I'm sympathetic to that. I know, but that is the problem, is that it just pushes it out every time you drive. All right, we'll make that payment within 30 days and you're all set. Thank you, Mr. Winters. Have a good day.
Thank you as well.
Thank you, Your Honor.
The person on the Reyes Galaxy, do you ever figure out how to unmute yourself? Yeah, you gotta unmute yourself. Talking to me louder isn't gonna change that. I take it, are you on Campo Disposal, ma'am? I don't know. You gotta, there's a little red slash that you've gotta, actually, maybe if I hit ask to unmute, maybe it comes up.
There we go.
There we go. Okay.
I'm sorry. I didn't have a red
You're
flash.
Reyes Smith. Okay, you're set at 10:10. Okay, let me pull your file. Hang on just a second. Miss Smith, I'm gonna have you talk to Miss Belcher.
Yes,
I'm here,
ma'am.
Judge.
Miss Belcher,
Yes, ma'am, I see.
go ahead and put you in a breakout room, rejoin breakout room number 2. Miss Smith, all you gotta do is hit join now. Sorry, Miss Belcher, did that cut you off?
It did. I think I got enough information though that I can speak with Mr. Foley and see if there's anything we can do on this.
Okay, Mr. Foley, I'm going to, hang on a second. Let me restart these.
I don't know what to do.
Okay, go ahead and hit join.
Thank you, Judge.
Hello, Ms. Felcher. Hello? Am I on mute again?
No, you're fine, but she went into a breakout room with the prosecutor, so just hang out for a minute.
Thank you very much, Judge. Dream. Okay.
Sorry, Miss Belcher. People versus Rhea Smith.
Good morning, Your Honor. Leanna Belcher on behalf of Ms. Smith. I did have an opportunity to speak with Ms. Smith and Mr. Foley in a breakout room. Unfortunately, Mr. Foley is not willing to reconsider their no plea offer position. That being said, Ms. Smith, there is no plea offer being offered. Do you wish to plead guilty, ma'am, or do you want to take this to a trial? Okay. We were hopeful we could renegotiate, but we were unsuccessful.
Do you understand that by pleading guilty, you're giving up your rights as listed in the advice rights form?
Yes, ma'am.
And is it true that on or about February the 10th of this year, you were driving and your license was suspended?
Yes, ma'am.
It's $200 in fines and costs. The state adds $145, total of $345. Can you pay that within 30 days?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you can make the payment online, you can mail it in, or you can come over to the court and pay it live, okay?
Okay. Thank you very
You're
much.
all set. Yep, you're welcome. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
You
Thank
too.
you, Your
Thank
Honor.
you. Bye. Oh, God. It's just.
Mr. Nunley, do you want to try to call Mr. Innocent?
I can give it a try. Every time that I have tried thus far, which I've had this case on my desk for months, I've been unsuccessful. Like there's always a different cell phone that never belongs to him, but I will try whatever number I have.
Did we
right now.
resolve the other defendant? I mean, I know I started out with 3 defendants on this. What happened to the other 2?
They fled out. My guy is the only, and they were all represented by the same immigration attorney, except my guy. So I was originally told that he was represented by that attorney, and I reached out to the attorney, and she emailed me back and she says, "I'm sorry, but this person is not a client of ours." My guy, I think he was in a little bit of a different boat because he has pending charges out of Lansing and somewhere else, and so he's got some other issues besides what's going on here.
Okay.
So then, and you know, the same offer was not being offered to my guy that was offered to the other
To
guys.
the other 2. Okay.
All right, so
Yeah, I don't want it because I feel like the last couple of times, and I know we have the interpreter on here too. I feel like the last couple of times that I've had him call in late, it's been like, I let you guys go and then he called in like way late. Do you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
so I really
Last
don't.
couple times, it's just been a problem with the interpreter too, where like, you know, his friend was trying. So now that we have an interpreter here, it'd be nice if we could get him. So I'm going to try to call him right now. I'm going to mute myself.
Okay, perfect. Miss James?
Yes.
Good morning. I've got you checked in. Miss Belcher, I have that Miss James is represented by Miss Greer. Is that correct?
Your Honor, I believe I'm going to be handling this case.
Okay, that's why I asked. I have that there's no offer in this. Do you want me to put you in a breakout room with Miss James?
Please.
Miss James, I'm gonna send you, but Miss Belcher, if you just rejoin breakout room number 1. Miss James, can you hit join and you can talk to the prosecutor or talk to the defense attorney there? I'm sorry, Mr. Nunley, I stepped away for a second.
That's
Did you
okay.
say something?
No, I was just waiting to see it. So I called and it went to voicemail and the person said his name was Carl. And then it's like, you know, leave me a message and then you wait for the beep and the person didn't hang up, it sounds like. So I listened to about a minute.
What's the phone number that you have? Is it the 888-6940?
Yeah, that's it. Make sure. Yep, 888-6940. So in other words, it went straight to voicemail and then didn't give me an opportunity to leave a message.
Okay. On Miss James, People versus Monisha James, Miss Belcher.
Good morning, Your Honor. Leanna Belcher on behalf of Miss James. I would normally ask to speak with Mr. Foley and renegotiate, but Miss James has indicated she has a couple court dates coming up and her license should be valid soon. We would request an adjournment so that she can get her license valid so that we are in a better position to renegotiate.
The person on the Galaxy A12, can you unmute yourself, please? Sir, the person with the identifier of the Galaxy A12, can you unmute yourself? What's your last name, sir?
French.
French? All right, Mr. French, I'll pull your file. Quit smoking. Mute yourself again and quit smoking on the screen. You're technically in a courtroom. Do you understand? Okay. Hang on just a second, Miss Belcher.
Yes, Judge. Thank you.
All right, Miss Belcher, you're asking for an adjournment. Should I do, if she's trying to get her license, what's the dates that she already has?
She asked for at least 30 days, Your Honor. I believe she said she had something coming up on her birthday. She has a payment due in 2 weeks and then something with Garden City.
I have either a June 24th or a July 8th.
Ms. James, do you have a preference on that?
July 8th.
Okay, July 8th.
Okay, that'll end up, the July 8th will be at 9 a.m. with Judge Oakley.
Okay, 9 a.m. with Judge Oakley.
And that's going to be with Judge Oakley, correct?
Thank you, Judge.
All right,
Thank you so
you're all
much.
set. You're all set. Oh, I'm going to put you on here, Ms. Belcher.
Thank you, Judge.
And then you're all set for today, Miss James. And we have your contact information. Yep, and get up, and you're going to come up to date on your payment plan.
Okay, thank you, guys. You said what? I'm sorry.
I said you're going to make a payment on your payment plan.
Yes, I plan on doing that within a week. My next paycheck is
Perfect.
gonna
I
be
made
spent
that
paying like
notation.
$300. All right.
I made that
Thank you so
notation
much.
on the file. Thank you. Ms.
You have a great
Belcher,
day.
I'm going to put you in a breakout room with Mr. French.
Thanks, Judge. Go back
Mr.
to
French, if you can, if you go back to breakout room number 1. Mr. French, if you hit join and you can talk to the court-appointed attorney then.
Okay.
You go.
And Mr. Jadala, I have Mr. Shi joining. You're all set, Miss James.
All right, bye.
You want me to stick around, Judge, or?
Yeah, I do for a few minutes because I have this terrible feeling the second you're gone, he's going to show up.
Okay.
So if you don't mind sticking around for a few more.
No problem.
Mr. Jadala, do you need a breakout with Mr. Shea?
Is there an offer, Judge?
This was a continuation. It was a disorderly last time. Oh, maybe it wasn't a disorderly last time. You talked to Mr. Shea before. There was some issue with, if I remember correctly. Good morning, Mr. Shea. How are you?
Good morning. I'm sorry. Very
No,
good.
you're totally fine. If my memory stands, if my memory's correct, and I'm not sure that it is, I think that there was an incident last time because I think he lives in Huron Estates. Am I correct, Mr. Shea?
Yes.
And that there was some movement to try to get him removed from the park. I don't think that I don't think the offer before was, I think it may have been a deferred, but it wasn't an amended deferred.
And Your Honor, I guess I have notated with me that we set up for a final pretrial today. I don't know if that's what you have.
I don't have that. I just have that it was adjourned. Did you want? And the offer is a disorderly. Hang on, Mr. Shea. I know you're upset about this situation.
Oh no, go ahead.
The offer was deferred, disorderly deferred $300 is what I have on there. Do you want me to put you in a breakout and have a conversation with him?
No, because I already said no to that, Your Honor.
Okay.
Yes, and Your Honor, that's why my memory, I have in my notes that he's rejected the offer, and I believe today to be the final pretrial to see if anybody from the estates would come or the neighbor would come. If that's not the case, we'd ask for
That's not the case because I did not understand that.
Okay.
I thought that I don't know what my understanding was, but what I can do is adjourn it and someone from Huron Estates has to appear, Mr. Foley.
Well, Your Honor, what about my neighbor, the one that's accusing me of
Or
this?
the neighbor, whoever it is, whoever the person is, the witness has to appear.
Well, Huron Estates wants to evict me over this.
I understand that. I recall that from last time. Mr. Foley, we're
You're
gonna
ordering
need
the victim to be present, Your Honor?
Pardon?
You're ordering the victim to be present at the next pretrial?
Correct, which we do all the time on domestics and stuff.
I'm good with it, Judge. I just.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll do it June the 10th at 9:20.
But we have a hearing on the 2nd for the eviction.
Yeah, I'm not on the eviction, so.
So what am I going to do? Am I guilty in
This
their
has
eyes?
nothing, they're two separate things. If you have a hearing on the eviction on what's the date?
The 2nd of June.
On the 2nd of June,
Over things that he's accused me of. He said that.
I understand that, but the criminal matter and the civil matter are two different things.
Okay, I don't understand this, but okay. This is
Well,
really, it's making me sick. I hope.
I recall you
I just
having
wanted to get my
anxiety
dog.
about it last time. But whether we do this today or June the 10th, we're going to make the victim has to appear, or the alleged victim has to appear.
I'm the
on
victim.
June.
I just want to get my dog.
Okay. The person who's making this allegation has to appear on June the 10th. And then if we can't work it out, then we'll end up setting this for a trial. In the eviction process, you have the same rights. You have the right to have a trial, but it's two separate things. This is a criminal matter and that's a civil matter, okay?
Okay, okay.
And this matter, for this matter, I have Mr. Jadala assigned to you. For the civil matter, you have to retain your own attorney or represent yourself, or you can get advice from legal aid, okay? Because
Well,
they won't assign you an attorney only on this criminal matter. Do you understand?
Wow, that's great. So I have to pay money to go get a lawyer, right? Is what you're
Well,
saying?
you can
I'm
appear on
poor. I
June the
don't have any
2nd.
money.
Then you
I
can
don't have any
contact
money.
legal aid. I'm giving you an attorney. I'm not on your June 2nd case. I don't know
All
who
right,
that, I
okay.
don't know,
Well, I understand. I understand.
but you can show up on June the 2nd and see what the process is on that. And then you'll be back in front of me on June the 10th. And the victim, the person that's accusing you of this has to appear. Do you understand?
Okay, thank you.
All right, well, I'll see you June the 10th. Thanks,
Thank you,
Mr.
Judge.
Jadala.
Hey.
And sorry about the confusion. Miss Belcher on Mr. French's case, People versus Demetrius French.
Deanna Belcher on behalf of Mr. French, Your Honor. I did speak with Mr. French in a breakout room. We're going to be asking for an adjournment similar to the last case. He does have some outstanding tickets. I did relay the offer to him. He's hopeful that he's going to be able to clear up his suspensions out of Dearborn if we could return on July 8th.
July 8th at 9:10.
That would be great, Your Honor.
All right, do you understand, sir? That's the new date is going to be July the 8th at 9:10.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you're all set for today.
And Mr. French, that's in front of Judge Oakley, not Judge Green.
Yep, it's in courtroom number 2.
So it's going to be a different meeting ID, sir. You'll get a new notice, but just be cognizant of the fact that you're going to be in a different courtroom.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome,
You're
sir.
welcome. Have a good day.
You too.
All right, Mr. Nunley, I guess I'll go ahead and release you and the interpreter. I thought that maybe Mr. Innocent would appear, but it appears that, I mean, he's 40 minutes late right now, so. Any thoughts, Mr. Foley? Probably not, huh?
Well, certainly this isn't the first, I think, second
I
or
know.
third time that he hasn't.
It's frustrating, I understand. All right, well, sir, thank you for appearing for an interpreter, and we'll let you know if we need you again, I guess. And Mr. Nunley, you're released also.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Thanks, Royce.